Back again on the Parker Daniels Show, up early this morning with another edition of Blind MCs. I was always told if you don't grind, you don't shine, and that's what it's all about. Getting my shine on and everybody else's too. Well, this morning we have a young individual all the way from Atlanta by the name of Crown Z. He's going to give us his story of how he became a rapper and other things as well. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this video that I'm about to put up. Part one of the video on the Parker Daniels Show with my man, Crown Z.
Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared.
And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
Parker Daniels Show. My name is Anthony Parker, where we make changes, no excuses. To all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to the channel, and for returning viewers, I appreciate your support. Today, another edition of Blind MCs. We have a gentleman from Atlanta by the name of Crown Z. We're going to get all into his business. We're going to find out why they call him Crown Z. We're going to find out the type of music he plays, why he chose that, and all the goodies. So without further ado, we're going to jump into it right about now and bring on the man of the hour, my man, Crown Z. What up, baby?
What's going on, Parker? What's going on?
Oh, man, I can't call it. Glad to have you here, man. You're a busy guy.
Yeah, man. It seems like my life has basically started to come full circle, almost.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to see that everything is working out for you, old boy. Let's jump into the video. Tell us a little bit about your selfie history, how you lost your sight, or if you have partial sight or whatever the case may be, and we're going to work our way up to the conversation. Go.
Okay, well, I was born in Los Angeles, LA, you know. I was born premature, like, 6 weeks? I was 1 pound, 13 ounces, and I was born with detached retina. Apparently, the doctors gave me too much oxygen, you know, trying to incubate me and everything, and I ended up losing my retina or something like that. Or they say either that's how it happened, or my retina was underdeveloped. So, you know, anyway, my mom, they said my mom was a crackhead. So the amazing thing about that is I don't have any, like, I've never had any animosity towards my mom. I never really believed, and to this day, I still don't believe that she was a crackhead, because every time I talked to her, every time she was with me, every time we had our little situations, she was perfectly fine, perfectly sober. So that's interesting with me.
Okay.
I came to Atlanta, Georgia when I was 6. My dad came and got me from court, you know, and the judge asked me who I wanted to stay with, and I said I wanted to stay with my dad, which that turned out to be a woo. That decision changed my whole outlook, my whole life. So, you know.
And briefly tell us how that happened.
Well, when I went with my dad, okay, when I was born Catholic, you know. So my family went to the Catholic church, and you know, we did all the things that Catholic people do. And that Easter Sunday, I was like, what, 5, 6?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it was an Easter Sunday. I think I just turned 6, so I'm loving being 6. By the time I was 6, I had already had my first kiss and everything. So I fell asleep in Sunday school, and the Sunday school teacher was asking, well, if any of you want to or believe in Christ, stand up. Now, I was asleep before that part. I woke up, and I actually stood up and came forward into the room, you know, to the front of the room. And that was my promise to God, basically saying that I would serve him. Now, later on in my life, I basically broke that promise. But anyway,
I understand.
Basically.
Okay. Well, moving forward, the schooling that you had during that time. Tell us a little bit about the school that you had gone to and the training that you received as a blind person.
Well, okay, I've been to so many schools, it's crazy. When I was when I was in California, I went to this school called uh I think it's called Rincon or Lincoln Elementary. I think now it's called Lincoln Elementary.
Mm.
And I basically learned grade 1 Braille, but when I left California and I moved to Atlanta, I basically forgot all my grade 1 Braille. So eventually in time when I was 7, when I was wait, 7, 8, okay, when I was 8 I got my first violin. When I was 9, I went to a school in Macon called Georgia Academy for the Blind. And that's when I had to repeat 3rd grade. Now between 6 and 9, I had went to 2 other schools. One of them was called what was the other one called? The one in Atlanta was called E.L. Conley, and I had a vision teacher who basically tried to teach me like Braille and all of that, but we really didn't have a lot of time. So I was getting kind of shunted about, but I did get to meet some cool friends.
Okay,
who,
well,
yeah.
okay. As far as the other forms of technology that would aid you as a blind person, what else did you see? Like mobility, training, any other computer skills?
I've always used a cane, and I've always wanted a dog, but I haven't got one yet. So that's anyway. As far as computer skills go, my computer skills are so. I can type pretty well, but a lot of the troubleshooting commands are a little like I can't seem to keep them all
To
together.
get,
Like if I had a list, you know what I'm saying? If I had a list, I probably would do better. But right now, I gotta have a technology friend.
oh, I understand that. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into the subject at hand. You are a visually impaired person who is into music. Tell us
Yep.
when you got into the music and the different instruments you play and what prompted you to.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be whole.